Hello, Rochelle here. Um, the author of Soulful Alignment. I am glad that you're here. Hello. Um, so, this reading is about dealing with grief. So, the first thing is accepting that grief is a part of life, and it is part of what helps us grow, as sad as it sounds. But the first thing we need to know is that grief is a burden we have to endure, that we are forced to feel. A burden we're willing to carry all the way to the destination, which would be to the healing point. So the man in this card is carrying all these wands, right? Well, it does indicate that he has a lot on his shoulders and he needs to put down those things that he cannot deal with right now. So generally when we're going through grief, that's pretty much the only thing we can deal with. So it becomes that burden that we're willing to carry. But don't let it become so heavy that it becomes overwhelming and it causes you to snap. Okay? So accepting that it's something you have to do, and the only way you're going to get through it is to see it all the way to the end. Usually when we're dealing with grief, it makes us feel kind of like we're a kid, like back in our childhood, before everything. We resort to that time, to those things that make us happy. And some of us look to things as far as coping mechanisms that worked when we were kids, like coloring, listening to music, writing, poetry, working outside, like in a garden. It's good for dealing with grief. And it's also good spiritually. So go back to when you were a kid, to a happy place, when it gets to feeling like it's too deep and you can't do it. And feel those emotions, because they are very great, like that wave in this picture, when they overflow. And follow your intuition, because it's going to guide you through things like this. Your intuition is like your spiritual side. Okay. Karma. What comes around goes around. I know that's, and you're feeling it. So when we lose people, we feel it. So in this instance, on this card, there are 3 people. A man, a woman, and a kid. Family. Okay, so it's destined and fated that we have to go through the cycles of life and death. It's just part of how it works. So we have to accept that fact. We have to accept the fact that when things like that happen, people feel left behind and sad. Yes, it is part of life. It is natural. It does happen. But instead of feeling it to a point where it is negative, feel it in a way that's celebratory, not hurtful. The happier you make the process, the easier it is on you, and the better in alignment it helps you to get. Move out of my way a little bit, earpiece. And it's going to make you feel left out, shut out in the cold when you lose someone. Of course, it's going to make you feel empty, stressed, worrisome, trouble with everyday tasks, trouble with staying focused at work. But it's not meant to make you feel like that. They didn't leave to make you feel this way. So when we feel like this, sometimes the best thing we can do is pray. To whomever it is you pray to. This came up earlier. This is the the psychic clairvoyant tarot reader. I mean, it's awesome. I love it. I feel so blessed. But this card is what spiked this reading. It all started with one card. It's awesome. Nine of Swords. So, some people may or may not know this. So, for those who do not know this, feeling this way, feeling sorry for yourself, woe is me, what I do, why me, is actually necessary to know where you are in the process. And right before there's a big, big, big upgrade, spiritually, emotionally, physically, whatever it may be, you're going to feel like that. Because you're not supposed to know the change is coming. You're not supposed to know the healing was successful until you're supposed to know. So sometimes we need to feel sorry for ourselves. But don't surround yourself around people that help you feel this way. Because remember, you're feeling this way because you're grieving. So be mindful of who you surround yourself. Generally when we grieve, it's for the first half of it, the first couple of years, it's really good to do your grieving between yourself and the Lord, and even in your own head before you go with people. Don't execute your situation until you're ready. Like, don't involve those people into your process until you yourself can handle the amount of people and attention that topic will bring in your circle. So, yes, feeling sorry for ourselves is okay, but try to stay balanced when you do it as best you can. Even if it's in mundane little tasks like sweeping. Oh, well, I just got that done today. You know what? Some people can't even sweep. At least you got something done. And just remember, the only burden you're going to put on you is you. You know how much you can do, and you can only do so much in 24 hours. Don't become someone you can't stand to be around yourself. Don't become that person everybody is not wanting to be around because your grief got to the point where where you're stuck and unable to move forward and you couldn't let it go. Because when you can't let it go and you don't deal with it and you don't feel it, then you become that person. And why should you become this person? Because of something ending and losing someone or something. You shouldn't. So that's misplaced aggression. It's not yours and it's not theirs. But I promise you, a lot of people have become this person and they didn't really mean to be. So don't let your grief make you like that. Someone who walks in and ruins people's day immediately. And if you're around people like that, stay away from them too, because they're not really going to help the process. They're actually going to, cause it to stall. But it'll grow you later, just not at the time. Don't forget to, love those who love you and take time up with friends and family. Depending on where you are in your grief process, it may take time. You may be already there where you're almost to the point where you can be around people. But don't forget to live, because I can promise you that the person that you're grieving would not want for you to sit around and be sad all day. They would want you to be around people, to celebrate friendship, to celebrate happiness, to celebrate success, to celebrate togetherness, to celebrate teamwork, to celebrate moving forward in life. They would not want you to be, in this energy of self-centeredness where you're not happy and you're just thinking all about you instead of healing. No, They wouldn't want that. They would want you to celebrate and be happy, 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 happy. Because I tell you what, a lot of people believe that our loved ones can see us. They can hear us. They can talk to us. It's just that they're not physical. We can't see them. They can't see us. But talk to your loved ones. It's a form of healing. Ah, look at that. Celebrate happy times, friendships, creativity, babies, weddings. Live, be happy. In essence, that's what this means in this reading. Be happy. Because I'm going to tell you something. My mom passed away. I'm going to say it messed me up bad. Now, if I was going to F-bomb, that's the word I would use. It did. It messed me up so bad because it's a traumatic adjustment. But let it bring about change for your future. Let the sun shine. Feel joy, you know. Feel happiness. That's what they would want for you to feel. They wouldn't want for you to sit and be sad. Because if it was up to them, they would have never left and you wouldn't be sad. Trust me. Just remember that you're a lot wiser now about a lot of things. Your family, who is not here anymore, they think the world of you and feel you have the world at your feet. And you do. And that's what they would want you to do. Live and bless the world with your presence. I hope this helped you. I love you and have a great day. By the way, if you would like a reading, please feel free to let me know. My messenger is available on my Facebook. So the Facebook and the YouTube are pretty much alike. So if you follow the pictures and the name, you'll find me on Facebook. Please like, share, subscribe, and follow. And tell all your friends. Love y'all.